Hello everyone, this is Dimitar from the RedmineUP support. In today's video, I'm going to show you in detail the card fields of our Agile plugin. Okay, so for this purpose, I'm going to use our demo server, that is demo.redmineup.com. So you can access it anytime, and the credentials for login are username admin and password admin, and actually the credentials are automatically filled, but it is just a useful information for you to know it. Okay, so currently we are into the global agile board that is consisting of all issues from all projects. All right, and if we scroll down to this agile board, we see that we have issues and they have only the subject of a ticket. Okay, so if we open one ticket, we see that this is the subject, this is the topic, the name of the card, the name of the ticket. So this is the only thing that is visible on the Agile cards. Okay, and I would like to let you know that there are a lot of more Agile card options that we have. Okay, so if we expand the options, we see card fields, and all these things are available into the Agile cards to be visible. Okay, by default, if nothing is selected as it is now, then we see that only the topics are available. Okay, so let's start to see one by one every option here. I'm going to show you in detail every option of the card fields. Okay. So the first one is an issue ID. So you know that when you create an Agile card, there is issue ID that is unique for this card, and it is a number, and it is like an identifier of this issue. Okay, so we click apply and see that we got the number of the ticket ID in front of the subject of a ticket. Okay, so if we open this card, we see that indeed this is the ticket ID. Okay, so once again to say, when you create a new issue, then it automatically has a ticket ID afterward. So this is the ticket ID. Okay, so the next the next option for your card fields is the spent time. So this is a core Redmine feature as well as the issue ID. So this is when you have set some spent time on an issue. Okay, so we set this and click on apply. So we see that not every issue has a spent time selected. For example, we have this issue has 4 hours, but for example, we could set into another issue spent time. So it is doing via the log button here. So we log the time and we put, for example, 5 hours and click on create. Oh, activity cannot be blank. Okay, sure. We are putting analysis and click on create. So we have 5 hours spent time. So the worker that is doing some things on this task has spent 5 hours of doing his job. Okay, so if we refresh now the Agile board or click apply, it is the same thing. So we got 5 hours for the ticket ID 599. Yeah, it is 599. So ticket ID 599. We have 5 hours spent time. It is visible here. Okay. So this was the spent time card field. Okay. The next one is a category. It is a standard Redmine feature as well. Every issue could have a category. So we click apply, and currently we do not see any category. And if we open some ticket, we see that indeed there is no category. Most probably it is because we are opening the Agile global board, or there are no categories set at all. So let's try and see what could be done. Okay. We see issue categories here in the Agile project, and yeah, there are no categories. So we create new category and name it, for example, testing category. Assignee, no. Okay. So we open again this ticket and put some category, the one that we have created. Click submit. And if we return back to the Agile board, click on apply. We see that we have category testing category. Okay, so we have just created a new category because there was no category at all from old Redmine. So we have created one and put it here to be visible on the Agile card. Yeah. So there is also a way via the right button of a card to put category instantly and right on this moment on the Agile board. So we put this here, and we have testing category here and here. And if you wish, of course, you could put it here on another ticket. And of course, you can create more categories. Okay, so these are enough, I guess. We have 3 categories now. Okay, so the next one is the created date. So when you create a ticket, it automatically saves in the database of Redmine the time, the date, time, and seconds when it was created. So if you'd like, you could also apply this information. So we see that every ticket has this parameter. Okay, so every ticket is created onto a specific date and specific time in this day. Okay, so this is as simple as it sounds, just the created information. Okay, so the next one is the sub-issues. So when you create a ticket, you can have a sub-ticket. So it is a child ticket of the main parent ticket. So in this way, the sub-issues are visible. So we click apply to see if we have some. And yeah, we see that this ticket here has 3 child tickets. These are the sub tickets. And also there are other tickets that are listed in this way. So if we open this, for example, we see that this is correct. We have subtasks here, and yeah, they are actually appearing as a sub-issue on the Agile board. And the thing that we can do now is to just add some new sub-issue. Sub-issue testing. Okay. Assigned to me, and we create it. Okay, so we have 3 child tickets now. So if we refresh now the Agile board, we'll see that we have the 3rd sub-issue testing that we have just added it now. So yeah, this is the thing that I wanted to show you. All right. So the next parameter is the related issues. So when you have a ticket, you can not only add a sub-tickets and sub-issues to it, but you can also relate other tickets. Okay, so I'm going to show it to you now. We'll click on apply, and let's see. It seems that maybe there are not relations currently, but we are able to create new ones. For example, we open this ticket and we can relate it to this one. So these tickets have something in common, and the support agent or the guy that is working on the Agile board could just relate them in this way. So we see that before, when we were creating a sub issues, we were using subtasks menu, but this is related issues. So we could just relate one existing issue to another existing issue. Okay, so yeah, we're going to relate this one 598. So we click on relate issues and enter 598, the ticket ID. Click on add, and this is it. We have related this issue to this issue. They are now related. So when you open this one, it is into related in the related menu here. And if we open the other one, we also see that we have relation with the previous issue. Okay. So if we refresh now the Agile board, we see that here is the relation, related issues. So this is related to this one, and this is related to 603. Okay, so relation is seen into this way. Of course, you can have sub-issues and relations uh, in the same time. So you can have one ticket with sub-issues as well as relations with other issues. Okay, so I'm going to show you this now. We have, for example, this ticket. We are going to relate it to 596. Okay, so we have subtasks and we just add relations. 500, which was it? I just forgot it. 596. Okay, so we add the relation and we have now both subtasks and relations. So here is the relation. Okay, so we click on apply and see that this is it. We have relation with this issue as well as subtasks. All is into one ticket. Okay. So the next thing that I want to show you is the tags. Tags are part of our tags plugin, and yeah, this means that you can have tags in issues. It is a free plugin, by the way, and you can download it anytime from our site, RedmineUP.com. So we go to plugins, and here it is, tags plugin. It is free for downloading and use. You just put your email here, get the link, and use the plugin for free. It is, by the way, a free plugin, but very useful, and our clients love to use it. Okay, so we enable the tags, and I see that currently there are no tags into these issues, which is very strange, but I'm just going to add some. For example, I open this card and edit this issue and just add some tags. For example, Agile, backend, charts, and so on. I can also create new ones, matrix 1999, matrix 1999, and Morpheus, and so on. By the way, there are detailed guides how to create tags, edit tags, and everything related to our plugin. So if you're interested, please check it in our documentation articles. Okay, good. So we just submit, and here are our tags. By the way, I see that they are not colored, which is a bit not pleasant for seeing, but I'm going to change it now in administration, tags, and display tags on sidebar. Okay, use colors. So this is it. This is just a side note for you. Okay, so if I return back now, I see that I have good looking colorful tags. All right, so if we return back to the Agile board, click on apply, we see that we have tags. These one are the ones that we have added, the matrix 1999 and the other ones. So we see that in the other tickets we also have tags, and they are now good and pleasant looking with colorful. They are now colorful with great green, yellow, purple, and so on colors. Okay, so this is the tagging feature. It is very useful, by the way, of course, because you can filter the board with tags and so on. Feel free to check the guides if you're interested. Okay, so the next step and the next card field is the related invoices. So this is actually our invoices plugin. So you can also check it on our site, and if you need it, you can get it, of course. This is the invoices plugin. So the relation with the issues on the Agile board is about this plugin. Okay. So we put a mark here to enable the feature and click on apply. So now let's check and see if we have any invoices. As far as I can see, there are no invoices. By the way, as I can see, there are not all of the available issues on the Agile board, not from all projects. And we can just change this with uh, enabling the Agile module for every other project. And in this way, the issues from these projects are going to appear on the Agile board. Okay, so currently we see only the issues from the Agile board as being on the global Agile board, but if we open the other projects, we can enable the Agile module into them and see all the issues. Okay, so enable the Agile for CRM project, then for help desk, okay, for help desk, and also for invoices, and for products, as well. Okay. So if we refresh the board now, we see that we have many more tickets. Actually, all tickets from all projects onto this Redmine, and in this way, we see that we have related invoices. We see that this is it. We have this ticket now. It is from project invoices. We have just added it into the global Agile board, and we have invoice here into this issue, and this invoice is appearing here. So if you click on it, it is clickable, so you can access it directly. Okay, you see that we have just opened this invoice. So yeah, if you wish, I can also relate another invoice to another ticket and show you how it is working. So I open, for example, this and relate some invoice, for example, this one, and also this one. 3 invoices. Okay, we have related 3 invoices to this ticket. Here are they. And if we return back now, we see this is the ticket 549. It has 3 invoices related to it, so they are visible here on the Agile board because we have enabled the invoices card field of the Agile board. Okay, so yeah, let's continue further with the another one. So this is the project. Okay, so as I said, I have opened the global Agile board, and we have just added every project to has the Agile module enabled, and in this way, all the issues from all projects in Redmine are going to be visible into this global Agile board. Okay. And if we enable the project card field, we are going to see which project the ticket is from. For example, we see that this ticket that we were playing with it is from Agile project. This one is from the CRM project. And this one with the invoices that we have played with it too is from the invoices project, and so on. There is also help desk project. So this label here is the project name. Okay. So the next is the done field. It is a standard Redmine feature about some in progress bar into the tickets, and there is 0% and 100% of doing this ticket. So the support agent is putting done percentage of in relation to how many progress he has done to this ticket, or a developer or any other guy that is working on the ticket. Okay, so we enable this and see how it is going to work. Okay, so you see this green line here. This is pointing actually the done percentage. For example, this ticket is done 50%. We see it is half the line with green and half with gray. This one is, I guess, 10 or 20%, something like this. Maybe 10. Okay. So if we open this ticket, we're going to see it. Oh, it is 80% done. Let's see this one, for example. Yeah, this is 80% as well. Oh, actually, this is 10%, as I have guessed. Maybe I just clicked something else. For example, if we change this to be 100%, so this is 575 ticket. This is it. So if we click apply, we see that here it is 575. We see that it is 100% done, and all the line is now green. Okay, so we see that this ticket, for example, is 0%, 595. So yeah, it is 0%. And actually, you can do this directly on the Agile board. So we open the done percentage now and put it, for example, 90%, and see that here it is. Issue 595, it is 90% done. So it is almost green line here, almost at the end. You can also put a done percentage here to be, for example, 30% onto this ticket. And yeah, here it is. It is 30% now. So this is the percentage that could be regulated and clicked directly on the Agile board. So it is as easy as you can see it. Okay, so I want to show you now the next parameter, that is the target version. So the target version is actually a core Redmine feature, and it could also be visible on the Agile board. So enable this and a target version, click on apply, and yeah, currently, yeah, actually we see that this ticket, for example, has a target version. It is Redmine Agile plugin demo release 4.0. So this is the target version of this ticket. So if we open this card, we see that indeed we have a target version that is release 4.0 version, and this could be checked in the settings of the specific project and into target versions. Just a second, please. Here are they, target versions. By the way, this is a core Redmine functionality, the Redmine versions. So we see version 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we can create new and so on. And this is the sprints, and they are Agile plugin functionality, similar to the Redmine versions. Just for information for you. Okay. So we see that we have a target version here onto this ticket, but also you can set another with the right click on the Agile card, put a target version, for example, version 2.0, and we see that, um, yeah, we see that on this ticket we have put version 2.0 target version. So we have successfully set the target version that is visible here on the Agile board as label here, and you can click on the target version as well because it is, yeah, you see it is clickable. Okay, so we see this is target version 1.0 and so on. For example, we can add here target version 4. So yeah, here it is. This is about the target version. They are mostly used for the Agile project and Agile cards. I mean, yeah. Okay, so the next is the updated. So we know that we have a ticket and you can put some changes on it. For example, changing the status, putting some command, adding a picture, adding a file, um, or just closing it, opening it, and so on. There are many actions that could be done over some ticket. And this updated field here means that the time and date when it was last updated. So this is showing this information. Okay. So if we click updated, click on apply, and you see that every ticket now has this parameter because every ticket has been in some way updated. Okay. So yeah, we see that this one, for example, yeah, we were actually doing changes over this. Today we are 14th of August 2026, and we have just put a relation here on this. So this is last updated onto this date now. Okay. So we also added the matrix tag here, and we see that updated is on this time and date, and so on. So this is the updated functionality about when you last do some things, adding tags, creating something, adding a command, and so on a ticket. It has been updated into some way. Okay. So the next parameter that I want to show you is the in status. In status is about how many hours or days a particular ticket is staying in a specific status. For example, if a worker is doing something on a ticket and it is in status in progress, and if it, for example, is staying a lot of time and days into this status, then there is some problem. There is delay onto this ticket, and there are some actions that need to be done. So that is this feature about. For example, this ticket here is staying for 1 hour into the specific status. The specific status is this, in progress. The status and the Agile column is the same thing. Issue status and Agile column. So it is in progress for 1 hour. Uh, okay, so for example, this one is in progress for 3 days. This is a new ticket and it is into new status for 10 days. So for 10 days, nobody has selected this ticket for solving it. So I think this is time for it to be taken from some guy, for some developer or some agent to solve the problem, because 10 days it is staying into a new status. Okay. This is similar here. This one is staying for 8 days into a new status, and it is waiting urgently to be taken via some guy or lady to solve the problem here. Okay, so this feature is about uh, the functionality that I have described you. Good. So the next one is last command that is written in a specific ticket. So commenting is a core Redmine functionality, and I'm just going to show it to you. So we click on apply, and we see that there seems to be, oh no, here it is. This is the last command, for example, from this guy, Paul Smith. He has written here, order should be stored each swim lane or board. And yeah, actually, I'm going to show you how it is working. So for example, we are going to add this ticket and add a command here. Testing and adding a command, all right. So I click on submit, refresh our board, and where was the issue? It was 580. Ah, here it is, 580. So this is our last command that we have just added, testing and adding a command. Here it is. You see, this was in the ticket itself, and it is appearing on the Agile board as a last command added to the ticket. Okay, testing and adding a command. Good. So the next card that I want to show you is the company custom field. Actually, I want to say that custom fields, no matter which custom field you add, it is going to appear here in a card field. For example, this is a custom field, this is a custom field, and there are other custom fields. That's why yeah, they are appearing on the Agile board. I'm going to show it to you now. For example, this one's there is one company custom field here, and it is a company that is added via it. By the way, this company and contacts are used via our contacts plugin. It could be accessed, of course, on our site as a CRM. CRM and contacts is the same thing. Okay, contacts plugin. So contacts and companies are from this plugin. Good. So if we open this ticket, we see that we have company custom field, and it is selected Apple Corporation. So if we edit this, we could add another company, for example, Microsoft, and save the changes. And if we refresh the page, we see that it has automatically updated. It was 574 ticket. Just try to search it. 574, but why it is not appearing? Maybe it has been closed some way, but why is this? So indeed it is very strange that this this ticket has vanished, but why? Let's try and search for 574. Oh, actually we have just closed it accidentally, and that's why it is not appearing on the Agile board. So we reopen it again. Oh, we need to add some checklist, custom field. And now if we refresh our board and search for 574 ticket ID, here it is. So the company custom field is actually Microsoft now, because we have just changed it to Microsoft. And as I said, the custom fields are added. When you add a custom field, it automatically appears here as an available Agile card field. So I'm going to demonstrate it to you now so you can see how it works. So we open administration here on the top right corner and then go to custom fields and new custom field. So there are a lot of variety of options here, but I'm going to show you the most simple thing: issue type of object and format. Also, there is a big variety of options here, but I'm going to show you the text format. So it is the simple way of showing you the example. And it is going to be, for example, testing text custom field CF. I'm going to make this abbreviation of CF custom field. So we put it to be used as a filter, searchable to any users, to any trackers, and for all projects. And we click on create. Okay. So we refresh our board, just open some ticket, some random ticket, and we see our testing custom field here. So we put some text, for example, value testing. Good. So this is the text. Okay, so we click on submit. And if we refresh now, okay, I just forgot actually which ticket I have just opened for this custom field. Maybe I also closed it accidentally as it happened before, but there is no problem. I'm going to open a new one, new ticket, and edit it. Actually, this is it. Value testing. This is number 596. Oh, actually, I haven't enabled it as a, of course, as a card field, so that's why it is not appearing. So please do not do my mistake. So we have to expand the options again and search for this custom field. Here it is, testing text custom field. We enable this, click on apply, and here it is. This is a ticket that we have just edited, and testing text custom field value testing. So yeah, I just created the custom field, added a value into the ticket itself, and enabled the card field on the Agile board so I can see this custom field instantly on the Agile board now. So it is valid for every other card field, of course. You can add this custom field value to any other card field. But as an example, I just added it only into this one. Okay, so this was about the custom fields. They are visible always on the Agile board when you enable them here in the options. Okay, so the next one is related expenses. This is also part of the invoices plugin, and it is working in the same way as invoices. When you relate an invoice or an expense, you can see it here on the Agile board. So, yeah, let's scroll down and see some tickets with invoices. For example, this one, we open this one, and we see that we have added invoices, and let's add some expenses as well. We edit this and add to expenses. Click on apply and return back to our board. So here it is. We see this ticket that we have just edited. We have the invoice, and we have related two expenses into this ticket, and it is visible here on the Agile board. Okay, so these expenses are of course clickable, so when you click, you open them instantly. Okay, so let's continue further with the next component of the Agile cards. So this is a tracker. The tracker is a core and standard Redmine feature as well. And let's enable and see it, how it is going to work. So we see the tracker is selected here in front of the ticket ID. For example, this ticket here is with tracker task. This one is with tracker user story. This is with tracker bug. So if we open it, we see that it is indeed correct. So if we edit this, it is saying tracker bug. We can change it to be task, for example. We submit. Oh, this is some required field. Okay, so tracker task, we submit. So it is 599. And yeah, we see that 599 ticket is now with tracker task. Okay. Just for information, trackers could be edited on administration, then trackers, and you can create and edit the trackers here. So every tracker could be added to a specific project and could have default value, assignees that could see it, and so on. Yeah, so there is a lot of information about this functionality too, but just wanted to show you in some simple steps. So this is the tracker information. And yeah, the trackers are now visible on the Agile board. And by the way, they could be changed directly on the board as well. For example, this one is tracker task. So you click on trackers here and change it to support. So ticket ID 486 is now with tracker support. Okay, so we have just changed the tracker directly on the Agile board. Good. So let's continue further with the next Agile card. So we see, by the way, I see that I have missed here the private option. So this is also a main function of Redmine. Every ticket could be a private one. So let's check and see if we have private tickets now. As far as I can see, there are not such tickets, but let's open, for example, this one, 372, and edit it, and you see a private button here in the top right corner. So we enable this, make it as a private, and yeah, we can leave some command. This issue is turning to be private. Click on submit, and we see that it has a red label here stating the issue to be private. Okay, and if we refresh now, we see that we have here a text stating private yes. So we see directly on the Agile card that this ticket is private because it is saying private yes. If a ticket is not private, there is no private label at all. But if it is private, we see that it has private and value yes. Okay. So let's continue with the next one. We see also the priority. The priority is also a main functionality of Redmine, and it is making every ticket to have a priority. So it could be low, it could be medium, it could be immediate, and so on. It depends on the specific case. So let's see how it works. We enable the priority, click on apply, and see that every ticket has now the priority. For example, these tickets are normal priorities. This one is a low priority, so it could be done later. Okay, actually, I do not see some urgent issues. Let's make an urgent issue. For example, this is normal, and we change the priority to be high. And if we scroll down, we see that it is priority high. Okay, We have just changed it, and let's change this one to be priority immediately. Immediately. This is very urgent. So here it is. It is priority immediately. So this is very urgent issues. If we open it, we see also that it is priority immediately. Very urgent. So yeah, this is about this thing to be visible on the Agile board. It is very convenient, by the way, also for sorting the things that are very urgent to be done on time. Okay. So the next thing that I want to show you is the start date. Actually, I'm going to show you start and due date, both things. This is core Redmine feature as well. So we click on apply and see that, for example, this issue has start date, some date, and let's see the things here in the issue itself. It has not due date, by the way. This is a very strange task because we can start it and do it forever, but you know that it is not possible, so we have to set a due date as well. So start date 18th of August and due date could be 3rd of September. Okay, so we click on submit and we have start and due date, due in 20 days. This is also a core Redmine functionality, both things. And we now refresh our board and see that we have start date here and due date here. Okay, they are both listed here. In this task, we have also start and due date, and here we have due date only. Actually, I cannot change the start and due date from here, but I can open it manually, of course. So we have due date and start date, for example, on July. Click on submit. 9 days late. Oh, this is late. Very bad. And where is this ticket? 189. Ah, here it is. So we have start date and due date now. Okay, so this is about this functionality that I wanted to show you. Okay. Okay, so the next that I wanted to show you is the thumbnails feature. So this is very good feature, by the way. If you have some picture that is uploaded to a ticket, then it is showing as a thumbnail into the card field of Agile. So I enable this and apply it for you. So here it is. We have a flower here, we have bingo and bluey here, we have some graphics here, and so on. So I'm going to show you actually how this feature works. So I search on the internet, for example, Matrix 999, Neo is the one picture. Okay. Okay, let's say this new Trinity picture is good. Oh, it is some strange format. I don't like it. This is good. Okay, Neo and Trinity. So we upload it, for example, into this ticket. Choose a file and upload Neo and Trinity. So I have this picture uploaded. And if we refresh our page onto Agile board, we see that new in Trinity are visible as a thumbnail. So this is very convenient way of just have a preview of the images inside the ticket. We see that here it is the matrix from the 1999. Okay, so let's continue further with the next thing. Okay, this is a parent task, so it is working in the same way as the sub issues, but this time it is about parent task. So when you have a ticket and add a child ticket of this main ticket, then of course the main ticket is a parent task of the child ticket. So if we put this and enable, um, let's see. Yeah, so we see that this is obviously a child ticket and it has parent task, this one. So for example, if we search for this ticket 595, this is a child ticket of this one, 595. Yeah, so we see that 595, it has parent task 592. So let's check and see if this is true. Yeah, this is true. This is ticket 592. It is a parent task of this ticket. Okay, so actually, yeah, it is recommended that if you use the child ticket Agile card, it is also better to use the parent card field as well, because everything is now documented and listed. As we have seen, yeah, this one is a child of this one. And if we find this here, the child ticket, it also is stated to be that it has a parent task, this one. So yeah, I think it is very convenient and um, nothing can be confused in this way. Everything is visible and easy for understanding. Okay. So the next option that I want to show you is the story points. Story points is actually part of the Agile functionality, and it is a core Redmine feature and is used on the Scrum and Agile boarding. So we enable this and apply and try to see if we have some story points already. I see that we do not have, so we open some ticket and yeah, we see that we do not have story points indeed. So we edit this and add some, for example, 40. So if we return back now to the board, refresh it, and we see that here it is listed 40 story points. If you wish, by the way, to know more about this functionality on the Agile, then of course please check our documentation on the Agile. So you have to go to our site, then help and support, Agile, and you see learn Kanban, Scrum, planning your version in sprints, setting up your first board, and also there is a story point estimation article, and so on. So here it is explained very detailed. But for this purpose now, we just need to know that story points are visible here on the Agile card next to the spend time. And yeah, see, when you open the ticket now, here it is, spend time and story points, 5 hours of spend time. So spend time and story points are listed in brackets here on the top right corner. Okay, we can also do this here with a right click and Let's see if we have story points. Oh, actually, we do not have story points. Yeah, so we have to just open manually the ticket, edit, put some story points. Um, this one has no story points. Yeah, we need to just check this in the administration, then Agile, and story points. Oh, actually it said story points to be available only for user story tracker. That's why it is not appearing into this ticket. But if you have set all, then every tracker is going to have story points. Let's make it into this way. So we click apply, return back, refresh our page, click edit, and now we see the story points here into this tracker as well. So we put 100 story points here, submit, and okay, 599. Yeah, we see that we have now onto this ticket 100 story points, 5 hours spent time. It is visible here on the top right corner. Okay. Good. So yeah, I have showed you the story points feature visible on the Agile board as well. Good. So let's continue further with the next options. Deals. Actually, this is part of the contacts plugin that I have showed you earlier. So these deals and contacts are actually custom fields, and yeah, as custom fields, they could be visible, of course, on the Agile board. So I enable deals and contacts both because they are part of the contacts functionality and plugin. So I'm just want to show you simultaneously at the same time. So I click apply and see that we have contacts here, David Beckham, and let's see if we have deals. Actually, I'm going to just add some contacts and deals to a specific ticket, but before that, I wanted to show you, just to be sure for you, that these are custom fields. So we go to administration, then custom fields, and we see that in the issues type, we have contacts. They are format contacts, meaning that when you click on the field itself, there is a drop-down menu with available contacts. And same thing is about deals. When you click on a deals custom field, in the drop-down menu there are available deals. So this is it. Okay. So let's add some contacts and deals to a ticket. For example, we open this one, 373, edit it now, and add some contacts. For example, Steven Ballmer, David Beckham, and this guy, Andrew Kowalski. And let's add some deals as well. There are no deals, but let's see what is that. So we have added 3 contacts already. And maybe, yeah, into this project we do not have the deals enabled probably. So we have contacts and deals are not enabled. We enable this, save the changes, and create one deal, testing deal, okay, and put it, actually it is not required, but we can put a due date and sum, of course, $120, responsible guy as a user, contact Steven Ballmer, and create our testing deal. Good, so we edit again our ticket, and as available deals we have the one that we have created, $120. So we apply our changes, return back to the Agile board, and when we refresh 273, we see that we have contacts, the 3 guys that we have added, David Beckham, Steven Ballmer, and Andrew Kowalski, and we have also deals. The deals are visible now. So they are clickable with hyperlink, of course. So if we click here, we open the contact, and if we click here, we open the deal accordingly. So hyperlinks are working. Okay, so this was about the CRM, in other words, contacts, deals functionality that I wanted to show you, visible directly on the Agile board. Okay. So let's continue further with the rest of the fields. So we see estimated time. This is also part of the core Redmine feature. So we click on apply, and we see that not every ticket has an estimated time, but we can change this, of course. We open this ticket and see that estimated time 100 hours. It is stated here, but why it is not visible? Oh, actually, estimated time is visible here. I just forgot. Sorry about that. It is visible here on the top of the column. So it is actually making a sum of estimated time for all tickets. And it is calculating the sum here and slash calculated the all story points. You remember that we have added firstly 40 story points, and in another ticket 100 story points, so the sum is 140 story points. And the calculation of estimated time for this tickets into a new status column is 247 hours in total. So for example, if we change this from 100 to 200 estimated time, 200 hours, then we see that this is going to change to 247. So we refresh. It has not changed, which is a bit strange. Good. So let's try and change to 300 and 10% done. Okay, so yeah, it seems that it is calculated in some other way. But the thing is that it is visible on the top. Okay, we see that we have estimated time here 25 hours, and yeah, it is visible here. So we have spent time, estimated time, and story points. Okay. So yeah, if we change this, for example, to yeah, actually, if we add some more spent time, for example, 100 hours. Okay, we do some activity. Okay, we add 20 hours. Okay, we add 10 hours. Okay, so we see that, yeah, you have to just remember this, that when you log some, when you have these in brackets here, you have 15 hours of spent time, you have just added some, 25 hours of estimated time, and the story points are here. This is it. All right. Okay, so we see that we have now 247 estimated time here. And let's try and change this one here, 25 hours. Just 1 second, please. Okay. So we change this to 45 hours estimated time. So we see that it has changed here to 45 hours estimated time, and it is now added to the calculation of estimated time here in total. Okay, so it has changed, and yeah, it changed the value to 267 hours total estimated time. It has just added 20 more hours in the total as well. So this is a ticket level estimated time, and this is the column calculation level of estimated time for all issues here in this this column and issue status new. This is the calculation of estimated time for all these tickets in this column. Okay, so let's continue further with the next one. The author of a ticket. So when you create a ticket, it automatically sets you as an author. Okay, so we click on apply. Just wait a couple of seconds to be applied. All right, so we see that author of this issue is Paul Smith. And yeah, here is the author. When you hover the mouse now, we see the author is Paul Smith, and assignee, so the guy that is going to work on this issue and solve the problems into this issue, is Pong Steven. So this could be also visible, and we enable the assignee. So we see that onto this ticket we have author Paul Smith and assignee, that is Pong Steven. This is the assignee here. So yeah, if we create a new ticket now, we create a new ticket and saying testing ticket, it automatically says the author to be the one that is creating the issue. In my case, it is the administrator, Paul Smith. Currently, I'm logged in as Paul Smith, the admin. So the author will be Paul Smith, and the assignee could be picked manually. So, of course, it could be me as well, Paul Smith, but it could be some other guy. For example, this lady, Elizabeth Stone. So let's create it. So this is task number 605. Let's wait for the refresh. Okay, so it's 605. So this is our new ticket that we have just created. So we see created date, start date, and update date. It is all the same because we have just created it now. And it is, as you have said, author Paul Smith, because I have created the ticket as Paul Smith, and the assignee is Elizabeth Stone, this lady, that we have just set it manually to be Stone Elizabeth. Okay. So the next thing that I want to show you is the description. Every ticket has a description, all right? So if you enable this feature, you're going to see the description in the ticket itself. So into this tickets, I do not see any description, but let's get this one about the matrix. So we edit the ticket and see the description here. The pencil button is going to be used for editing the description. There is no description, and we can write, for example, the matrix was originally released in the 999, and it was the great movie for that decade. Nowadays, 2026, it is still one of the great movies. So this is the description of this ticket. We click on submit. Oh, this one is required. We click on submit and see that description of this ticket is about the matrix. Here is a picture of the matrix, and of course you can add some other things below. But when we go back to our Agile board and refresh it, and here it is. This is the description of this ticket. Okay, so here is the thumbnail of the picture and the description that is saying the thing that we have just written. The matrix was originally released in the 1999 year, and so on. So the description is visible below this line. So in every ticket, it could be checked. For example, I see that into this ticket, it has also a description. All right. So if I open the ticket, I see the description here, and on the Agile board, it is visible here below this line. So this is the description. Okay, and there is one last Agile card that I want to show you. It is the checklist. So this is part of our checklists plugin. So it could be checked and taken from our site. Checklists, here it is. It has a light free version and licensed version, so it depends on you which one to choose. So it is about adding checklists to the issues. So if we enable this feature, click on apply and see that we have already have some checklists on the issues. Actually, there are no checklists added. Yeah, actually, here into this matrix ticket, there is a checklist. Okay, so it is already added, and you can check and uncheck items directly on the Agile board by just clicking. So you mark these things as done and unmark these things as not done. So it can happen directly on the Agile board. So of course, if you open the ticket afterward, you see that the changes are applied. So we have made this undone and this to done. Okay. And also I'm going to show you, one checklist to add here with this flower ticket. So we click edit. There are two ways of adding checklists. For example, manually adding as items, test manually 1, and okay, and test manually 2, test manually 3. Good. And also there is a way to add a checklist from a template. Okay. So we submit. And if we return back to the Agile board and refresh, we see that both checklists are added. These were manually added, and this was predefined from a template. It is also added. So we can check or uncheck items directly on the board, as I have showed you earlier. So this is from the manually items, and these are from the predefined checklist template. Okay, so if I open the ticket as well, I see that the changes are applied. So these are marked as done, and these two. Okay. So yeah, this was about checklists applied on the Agile cards and directly doing some things over it. Okay, so I'm happy to say that I have just I'm over with showing you the all Agile cards and all these functionality. So I think that we have covered everything in relation to this topic. So we have enabled all the available options. And yeah, by the way, I just want to show you one last thing. So it is also very convenient and useful for you. So you can save this board with all the available options, because into this way there is no need to every time click on the options here. So we just click save and name it, for example, all agile card fields and a smile. Okay, it could be to any users and for all projects. And okay, let's save. So if we click clear now, we see that the board is now empty. And if you go somewhere else, for example, on the resources, then return back to Agile, it is still empty. But with one click, you can just access this Agile board, all Agile cards, fields with smile. So we click here, and you see that it automatically adds every single Agile card that we have enabled before. So if you expand the options, you can double check this and see that everything is automatically added. Okay, so this is very quick and convenient way to access the all fields of Agile board. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching this video. And if you have some questions or problems with this functionality, please feel free to contact us at support@redmineup.com. And if you like this video, you could subscribe to our YouTube channel. And yeah, of course, don't hesitate to contact us, as I said. Yeah, so thanks again for the patience of watching this, and see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.